Hello, welcome to Productions MJC. My name is Mark. Wow, I didn't even think this would need a follow-up, but of course I've had somebody funk Obama and another guy just throwing stuff at me, and what they're doing is odd. Why do rainbows curve and why rainbows and all this? I thought it was explained pretty well. But of course, there's always an excuse. So, in these comments, Funk Obama, there's just comment after comment here, and he's just really upset that the video that was supplied to me by someone on here. I apologize, I couldn't find it right now. Let me look here. Was that yours, Noah? It was supplied by Noah Allen to me, and so I looked at it, and it was pretty good. I talked about it. I left some comments on his video, and it's about an indoor rainbow. Well, out come the comments. Everybody's up in arms, and Funk Obama especially telling me there's multiple reflective places. They really think that the only way to get an indoor rainbow is off reflections. And we started talking about various things. Of course, we talked about the indoor rainbow experiment, and just to go over a few things. This is just a demonstration how if a light hits a prism, it's going to bounce around there and break out into the various colors of the rainbow. Well, we started to discuss it, how when air hits water, boom, out it comes, and started talking about other things. And the guy, Funk Obama, was just saying the only way you can make an indoor rainbow is with a prism. You need a prism. You can't have it any other way. And he pointed out this experiment where the kids put a glass, full of water with a mirror in it, and they make a rainbow. And they do this and they make a rainbow. So, that's what happens. What they're saying is the mirror makes the rainbow. No, the water makes the rainbow. The mirror just reflects it out at an angle where you can see it. This is the way it actually works. The water creates the rainbow. The mirror reflects the rainbow off in a different way. But the main part that they're having a problem with, that nobody seems to recognize, and I'm going to break it down again for you. Here's a child shining a light on a CD, making a rainbow on the wall. On the wall. The rainbow isn't hovering magically in the air. It's on the wall. It's on something. Same experiment. There's the rainbow on the wall. They need, if a reflector and a mirror and a prism are going to make an indoor rainbow, without the firmament, they say that's the way it is. It has to be, let me bring that up. There we go. On the wall, or ceiling or whatever, there has to be a surface for these type of experiments to be conducted. There has to be something for that rainbow to land on. Okay? So, what do we have here? Let's go back to the regular size. Like I said, look at this. Another one. But the rainbow has to be on something. It has to land somewhere. That's a wall. There's another rainbow on a wall. Why is that important? It's not hovering and floating in the middle of the air. It's landed on something, right? Okay. That isn't landing on anything. As a matter of fact, as you walk around, the rainbow will move. There was one guy, he said, I don't know how rainbows are formed. Everybody tries to explain it, but nobody can explain it. Well, nobody explains it in the way your fantasy wants to react to it. They explain it quite well. It's just you're unwilling to accept the explanation. Well, I want you to look at something really important. Now, this rainbow isn't on the grass. It's hovering in the raindrops, which form little prisms, and they reflect the light back to your eyes. These kind of rainbows, they claim are reflections of the firmament, lights in the firmament and all this stuff. But I don't see the firmament involved in that. It's the lawn and sprinklers. How about this? I picked this up. This is actually from a video where a drone went up Victoria Falls, and flat earthers think that that rainbow is reflecting off the rocks because it has a place to land, you know. It's hovering in the water droplets. It's reflected light from it. But they think it's actually, as the thing goes up, the circle moves. You'll notice all there is solid rock and water behind there. It's not in the sky. They say the reflection, the rainbows are curved because of the firmament and the reflection of the firmament. Well, that's a solid wall. Not happening. Water droplets act like a myriad of little prisms, and they send the light to your eyes. Notice how the sunlight is coming from down here, and as it passes through the prism, the light comes out there. Okay? That it's broken up. Well, one interesting thing I wanted to show you is this is a fake picture. And I can tell. I can tell right off in two separate ways that this is a fake picture. This is a Pinterest photoshopped picture. Not for the reason you might think. Here's a real one. There is a difference. Now, some people might say, you know, the other one could be real. It's totally impossible, and not for what you might think. This one, okay, is this real or is this fake? Let's take a look. Is this real or is it fake? Okay. Let's leave it right there for a bit. Is this real or is this fake? If it is, why? Okay, let's go back. Let's take a look. Real, fake, real, real, fake. This one is real. There's a double rainbow up in the right-hand corner. Okay? Real or fake? What do you think? Real or fake? Okay. Oh, and this is obviously fake, but let me get back to that. Let's go back to these others. Okay, fake. Notice the colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Notice the colors. Starting at the inside of the arc: violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. That is correct. Next rainbow. These are the right colors, but the second one is too bright. They've touched it up. This is a Pinterest one where they've enhanced the colors. It probably at one time was a real picture, but they enhanced that second rainbow. Because this one is real. Notice the colors. Violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Next one out, reverse it. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. In a real double rainbow, the reds are together. So this one is fake because it goes purple, blue, green, you know, and we have red. But then again, it starts over same colors. Violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Wrong. As the light reflects back and forth in the water droplet, the reason that the second rainbow is dimmer is because it's bounced around in there a little more. This is the real colors, but the sky has the rainbow. The colors have been enhanced, and so, you know, in photoshopping it, they enhanced everything, you know, all the colors. But the second rainbow is not that bright. That's a real one. That's a fake one, because they both start with violet on the inside of the arc. This is real, and you can see up in the right corner, if you look, it's got the right colors because it's the two reds are facing. And this is actually real. I think they might have Pinterest enhanced it a little. Sure looks bright down at the bottom, but notice how the trees, that rainbow dives into the trees. Well, let's just take you to this one. Why is this fake? It's very well done, but why is it fake? Because it shows the light source as being on the right-hand side. In a real rainbow, the light source is behind you as you're looking at the rainbow. The light comes at you in a 40 to 42 degree cone as it's reflected out of the little prisms. So that light wouldn't be reflected at a 40 to 42 degree angle if the light source is 90 degrees to your right. But and here's a fake rainbow. That looks pretty cool. And they've actually got it going, the arcing the right way but upside down. How's that done? Well, it's done like that. You know, they create an artificial one. It's pretty cool. So you've got to watch these videos to make sure they're not faking you out. They don't have the colors the wrong way. You know, obvious. The rainbow will not be where you can stand near the end of it. This is faked, but it's pretty. Now, notice the shadow on the wall. The rainbow, notice the shadow, the chair shadow, the man. It has to be on a flat surface to be faked inside. So how do you get a real rainbow inside? How do you get a real one inside? Well, you can have the sunlight shine through a prism and shine on there, but when we refer to rainbows, we usually refer to something else, not the little CD trick. But you notice the light source is coming at an angle and shining into there. That's the fake one. Here's a real one where the sun is really quite low, angled low. Very heavy cloud cover, so how does the firmament get involved in that? It doesn't. It's not because of any firmament or anything else. It's because raindrops are prisms. That's it. Each raindrop is a little prism, and so as you look out, when you look out through your vision, it's in a cone shape. This one clown asked, he says, nobody's explained why they say something about 42 degrees, but they don't explain it. They explain it perfectly well. Each little raindrop is a prism and shines light. That's why you see a rainbow, but the rainbow occupies a certain part of the ground, whereas somebody 100 yards away from you will say the end of the rainbow has moved somewhere. You remember how I talked about people think that, let's go back a couple. People actually think that if you stand in that house by those trees, you'll see this. It's impossible. The rainbow moves as you move. That's why the old saying, you know, there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Because rainbows move as you move, because your cone of vision, where the sun is shining on the raindrops, moves. So, the experiment that I saw, notice everything is reflected on a surface. There's nothing floating in the air. Like this. That's a picture of a real rainbow from the spray from a lawn sprinkler. Because it's real. It happens. What were these other videos I was talking about? Well, let's go out and see some of them, and I'll explain some stuff wherein this guy, let me go to this one first. This guy. Oh, I have to get my inhaler again. Sue, I hope he's a Brit. I tell you, because hope he ain't an Aussie. I hope that the world of Aussie-ness doesn't have a whole bunch of these people. Because how do rainbows bend? This guy thinks that there is a chamber surrounding the sun. Oh, and he can prove it. He can prove it. He puts a glass baking dish, pie plate, pie plate, up, shines a torch through it, as folks across the pond both ways call them, flashlight to us in the States. And he says, look at the wall. It's not even a rainbow. It just casts a little light. Let me kill the sound on it. And then send it along its way. But here we go. Yeah. Here he goes. He shines the light. Now, see, as he gets it into that bright light, he's got the rainbow on the wall. It's not hovering out in the middle of the air, is it? It's landing on something. Okay? I want you to keep that in mind, because here as we go, he's got it landing on something. Okay? He's going from corner to corner. Is that landing on anything? I mean, here the clown puts this in his own video. That's not landing on anything. If you were to walk around and look, the rainbow moves. It's not landing on anything. It's and he claims he doesn't understand that the water is forming little prisms and shooting it back to your eyes in a cone shape. That's why you see a cone, is because from center point it's 42 degrees in an arc in all directions. Well, the guy says he doesn't understand that portion of it. He said nobody's ever explained it to him. This is from another person's video. This is from his, okay? This is where he compares the two. They're not even close. Oh, there's the pie plate. I can't. Oh, sorry, I can't even talk. There's the pie plate explanation, and he says there's a chamber around the sun. That's why rainbows are art. You know, just and I can't even imagine how some people live through the day thinking stuff that they think. He goes into an explanation and says, well, it's a circle. That's because there's a chamber. See, remember me asking Flat Earther, that portion you say is because of the firmament. So what about this? What about this? What about these areas? What are they doing? Well, here's a flat earth. Ingenious. I mean, dumb as a rock, but genius. Because he says, well, that's because there's this chamber around the sun that's actually reflecting this, but you can't see it. Unless there's water droplets in the air, and they magically somehow send... He says, this circle is always there, but you can't see it unless there's a water droplet. You know, I just don't know how some people get through the day thinking like they think, because that is totally asinine. And yet, it's right on, isn't it? Yes, all of the colors are always there, but they're not broken up. They're together. And the thing that breaks them up is the water droplets, and it reflects back at a certain angle. But yeah, this guy's video is just amazingly dumb. And yet, here he goes, you know, he explains that this is why, you know, he says, see, there must be a chamber around the sun. There must be some clear, you know, chamber of some sort, some firmament around the sun. It's not actually around us, it's around the sun. I mean, they're just imploding, trying to figure out stuff that you and I know. I mean, it's really funny. But yeah, he goes and he talks about, because see, moon doggies and sun doggies, which are ice crystals. Now, the thing that he doesn't realize, how can you tell if the rainbow is coming from behind you? I mean, the light source, pardon me. How can you tell if the rainbow light source is behind you as opposed to the rainbow light source in front of you? Okay? He explains that this is a sun doggy, and he knows that it signifies that the sun is in some sort of a chamber. Remember what I taught you about the colors. Purple is on the inside if the light source is behind you. Okay? If the light source is behind you, but in here with a sun doggy, if the ice crystals, if the water droplets are between you and the sun, then red is on the inside and purple is on the outside. Sun doggies and moon doggies with ice crystals are exactly the opposite, and here's a better view. All you have to do is slow down and think. And I'm going to break it down for you and help you out. These are very fine ice crystals forming a circular rainbow. But notice what color is on the inside. Red. It's not fake. It's real. Sun doggies are when the light source is on the other side of the water droplets or ice crystals. Because red is on the inside and violet you can't even see. You know, it goes red, orange, yellow, you know, green, blue, and violet are lost. That's how you know whether it's real or not. With a sun doggy with the light source on the other side of the water droplet, the colors are reversed. So this is real. There's a double rainbow. Red, red, purple is on the inside, red is on the outside. You know, there's just celebrating life. Okay? But here's see, he tries to explain things, how the sun must be encased by something that is splitting the light up. No, the ice crystals in the sky are splitting the light up, and red is on the inside and it goes to violet on the out. Well, I mean, his explanations are oh, especially the plate thing, because this does not form a rainbow. It's just white light. It doesn't split it up. Okay. Enough fun. Okay. I mean, he is just absolutely silly. You can, if you want another good laugh, go out and see that. Now, back to this. This is really important because people complain about this reflective surface. They say there's too many reflectors. The only way that, see, most flat earthers just cling to the fact that you can't make an indoor rainbow unless you have a reflector. Or Funk Obama, this other guy, they were just, you know, you're nuts, you're silly, you can't do it indoors. Then, one guy, oh, I wish I remembered. One guy, he went, well, the little guy's ready to turn it on, okay? He talks about that. And purple is on the inside, red's on the out, because the light source is behind you. I recommend you go out and take a look at this video and watch it. Actually forms a double rainbow, okay? And he shows how it's a circle. Kid walks right through it. But it's hovering in midair. But they claim, oh, the ceiling supports are reflective. The light is reflecting off of all the stuff. The light cannot be making a rainbow inside like a lawn sprinkler outside because it's not the sun and there's no firmament. Excuse me. That's our point. Look at this. Okay? And see when his camera moves, see how the rainbow moves. The rainbow is moving because his camera's angle of perception is moving. So the rainbow moves. So let's get back to our little demonstration. They claim that the indoor rainbow was caused by the reflective material in that pole barn. Okay? What would that really look like if that were the case? If all these reflective surfaces were the source of the rainbow, what would it look like? You know, think about it. What would it actually look like? That's what it would look like, not what it looked like as the gentleman was doing his indoor rainbow experiment. That's what it would look like if all of the reflective surfaces that they were complaining about were the source of the rainbow. Because there were, you know, a lot of reflective surfaces, but he made sure that he shone the light. Oh, they complained about the light, that it was round the first time he did it, so he got a flat LED. Well, that's what you would get if the myriad of reflective surfaces around in his pole barn were the cause of the problem. You know, the problem being that he made an indoor rainbow. Nothing to do with the firmament. I mean, you know, worst case scenario, this is what you would get. Just a scattering, smattering, you know, just here and there hodgepodge rainbows. That's not a perfect circle rainbow. Because that would be happening. That's what would be going on. But it wasn't. It was a single light source. It was a single circular rainbow, and it moved. Kevin Houston said I was comical. Then he turned around and admitted that you can see circular rainbows from airplanes. Well, the firmament isn't involved in there. Yeah, Kevin Houston was the other one. So, the moral of my story is some people don't even see what's right in front of their face. As a matter of fact, nobody has seen what's right in front of their face. I had a little Easter egg, a little play on words. Nobody's really mentioned it. I thought the flat earthers would pounce on it, and you know, it was just my way of being funny, but I thought people would notice it by now. What am I talking about? You know, I thought people would notice by now. Something, you know, it's just my way of being comical, but I thought people would notice it. but they really didn't. People miss what's sitting right in front of their face. They don't even notice it. Not just globers, not just flat earthers, everybody. Everybody misses things. People miss things that are hidden in plain sight. The flat earthers intentionally do it just to keep their little narrative alive. But I want you to look at something. I want you to notice this is flat earth 2, right? Would you have noticed if I started this video like I did the last? In my last video, I had a little Easter egg, a little social experiment to see if anybody noticed it, and nobody did. Does this look familiar? Flat Earth. Go ahead and go back and look. It was there all the time. Sometimes we don't see what's right in front of our face. None of us is immune. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This has been Mark with Productions MJC.